This is the Big O Show. 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 This is
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2025 Acura RDX, $399 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM,
it starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
after 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt & Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt & Rayom can help.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The Crypto Bro Show is solely for entertainment purposes. Orlando Alzagari and his guests are not financial advisors or investments consultants. If you ever plan to invest, make sure you do your homework, talk to a professional, and understand investing is very risky and volatile. Good luck in any of your investments, and only invest what you're willing to lose.
Time to log into the blockchain and find out what's the latest in Bitcoin and crypto in our Crypto Bro Show.
Crypto Bro. This segment brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Take your home or business to the next level with RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Call Ray or Mike at 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their fantastic work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island. Crypto Bros. Here's the Crypto Bro himself, Orlando Alzugari.
Oh, baby. Yeah. Are you enjoying it? Because we're flirting. We're flirting, as they say, with 102. It's a beautiful thing. Right now, we're at 101, let's see, 700, I think. 101, 101, 700 right now. We're right around there. So I saw 800. We're trying to get to 102. And, as we tell you, volatility is opportunity. And that's what happened. It went down to 94, went down to 95, and went down to 96. It found a little home there for a couple of days. I think this is kind of a shakeout, a little whale shakeout. We'll get into the quantum computing crap that's out there, which is just, I don't know. It's maybe because I've been so close to it for the last 5 years, but it's hard to see something that has fought against so much FUD that's out there that's so negative, and it's all really kind of evil. That's the sad part about it, because it's like they don't want you to have any kind of freedom, because that's kind of what, the blockchain is. That's what Bitcoin is. It's freedom. It's not just a better form of money. It's not just a better form of actually doing your finances, because you can actually really balance it all out, because you know exactly the amount there is, and it will not be fudged. You know what I'm saying? It won't be split like stocks. It won't be printed like dollars and all those kind of things. As you all know and well know, if you watch this show, you kind of understand, what's going on. But it's amazing all the stuff that's gone on, and here it is at 101,500 right now as I'm watching it, and it's just a beautiful thing to see how it has fought through everything that has been trying to keep it down, because as even the rich and powerful and smart, they find out about it. If they have interests in other places, they will try to, and we'll talk about those kind of people today on the show. We gotta go, we got some stuff to talk about that's pretty cool. And I haven't done shows the last couple of days because how many times am I going to tell you buy the dip? You know what I mean? That's what I did. You guys do whatever you want. This show here is not this is only for entertainment and information purposes. It is not any kind of financial advice. Obviously, I love crypto and I love investing in crypto. So I tell you about what I like to do, what I like, what I see, what I don't like, what I see. That's what this show is all about. And for all of us to kind of share our stories too with each other to help each other out through all of this, because I learn every day something. And hopefully you'll learn something here on this show, or you took the time to look up things that you're interested in the world of crypto and DeFi and blockchain and Bitcoin, of course, everything, so you can actually learn. So good stuff. We're over 101,000. Now we need to kind of find a floor here, and then we'll see an aggressive move up. Again, I still stand by this. I stood by it from the get-go. I told you we'd be at 100,000 before the end of the year. I will stand by this. I think we'll be at 250 by June 30th of 2025. Okay? Some people just say 2025. I think by the first 6 months of the year, by the time the 6 months are done, I think we're going to have violent rips to the upside, because I think the rich and powerful have played this very well. They have done a nice job of creating FUD and making so many people around the world either not take the time to know about it, or they're constantly misinformed about it. So then you've kept them away. Those of us that actually took the time, we kind of figured out, wow, these people are full of shit. And we went and bought it, and we're all better, obviously, right? So it's just one of those things where it's an interesting breakdown to everything that is going on in the world of Bitcoin. And I just, to me, I get a kick out of all of this, because these are opportunities for all of us right now. And they lie to you and tell you about, oh, this is not real, this is a game, this is, and you, unfortunately, and not you guys, because a lot of you that are watching this, I'm just preaching to the choir, but we want to make sure we inform the people that are misinformed and misguided on a consistent basis. And those are the people that we want to help, because that's kind of what we're all doing. We're kind of helping each other with the stories, with what we like, what we don't like, and all those kind of things, going on. One-Eyed Jack is in the house. Daniel Berry in. Swamp Donkey is in. Congrats to everybody who bought the dip. Enjoy your gains. Exactly. Free 5, 6, 7% right now. Let's see. Thomas Nieto. Is it just me or there's no audio? Audio's okay here. Okay, good. Vishal, let's get MicroStrategy back to the 500s. NASDAQ 100 inclusion soon. Let's see. We bought and hodled through the FUD. Exactly. Vishal, any thoughts on SHIB? I already took advantage of SHIB the first time around, and then I sold out. And then I kept a little bit of a portion for a little bit, but then I liquidated it and I put it into something else that I thought would be much more productive. Bill Belichick is finalizing a deal to become the new head coach in North Carolina. Wow. Okay. The things you'll do for your kids. Anyway, okay. Not a sports show. I know I normally do that. That's kind of been my thing. That's not what we're doing here, but it came across the wire. I might as well, mention it. I don't really do the meme coin stuff, to be quite honest. I look at stuff that I want to make sure it has real world utility and things like that, and partnerships and real corporations that are involved in it, and big money involved in it, also invested in it. All those kind of things that make up all the other great companies that you have, in the S&P, kind of the same thing. I kind of go through the same thing, and I just don't look at Doge or SHIB or any of those. And I know, listen, I know I'm not going to be looked at as a crypto influencer. Okay, I'm more of a sports guy that loves crypto and will talk about it and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to look at it that way. And I know what the crypto influencers like to do. They have to talk about memes because there's a ton of people in memes. So it helps them for their views and their clicks and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I'm going to talk about stuff that I know, stuff that I have invested in. And since I don't invest in memes, I'm really not going to talk about them. I don't care about them. It's too risky. That's basically, you're not investing when you put your money in memes. You are gambling. You're investing in Avalanche. You're investing in Chainlink. You're investing in Ethereum. There is real world usage. Okay? Amazon and AVS is building on Avalanche. So I can trust them. You know what I mean? 60% of stable coins in the world are on Ethereum. They still lead overall, business-wise, everything that's built on it. It is still the daddy of them all. So that's what I go by. I can't go. You could get rich on memes. I can't disagree with that. If you hit on the right one, God bless you all out there if you're able to do it, man. But I am a working stiff. I am not rich whatsoever. Okay? So I am going to, whatever little money that I put, I'm going to put it in something that I know, that I feel in my heart that I'm investing in a great company. And then I'll say, okay, no problem. I believe in HBAR. I believe in the hash graph, blockchain and what they're doing. And the FedNow payments, that was signed over a year ago, that was going to be on it. And now everything else that people are kind of, I've been on the HBAR bandwagon for a while now. That's how I do it. So more power to you if you're able to get the memes and kill it. God bless you, man. That's so cool. It's like a lottery ticket. It's like you go and hitting a scratch off and you get a couple thousand, 100,000, a million, whatever. Any of you that can do that, I don't wish ill will on anybody that invests or gambles and they win and they make their money. Good for you, man. Good for you. But because I'm talking about stuff that I think I know about and I follow, I think, again, because I am not a financial advisor, go talk to somebody that, is a real professional. I am not going to be doing the meme coins. And on my sports world, it's the same as this. I'm not going to do things just for clicks and views. So I'm not going to do stuff to go talk about dog with hat or, SHIB or Doge or whatever, just to get, a lot of those portions of people that are into meme coins, they're really not serious investors as it is. Those are the people that are like the rookies and the people like meme coin investors, just meme coin investors in general. For me, those are the rookies, the people that you are, you're throwing crumbs out there to them so they can start to get enticed and try to learn about crypto. And then maybe they can step up to a big boy stuff and start doing stuff that like real men and women do, like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana and XRP and, stuff like that. You want to sit at the kids' table? Hey, man, kids get rich too, right? They can do all kinds of things nowadays, gaming or whatever, and you can get rich. So God bless you. But I don't really take meme coins serious because they don't do anything serious. You know what I mean? So I can't do it. Can't. Pure, what's that called? It's pure social media. You know, you got to be hot on social media, and then you'll get your meme coin through the roof. All right, so like I told you, we are fiddling around 101.5 right now. It's 101.526. What I'm looking at, we haven't hit 102, but we've gotten pretty close. We'll see if we hit it here. Right now, the entire crypto market cap is at $3.6 trillion. And this last shakeout here, these whales, you know, there's a little FUD and all that, but it just kind of feels like people playing games and trying to scare people and scare you into selling, and idiots that think, oh my God, this is the top, and we're not. Bitcoin will go on perpetually. Understand that. So if you want to get on this ride, get on the ride, but get on it for a long-term purpose. So that way, when you get off, you're going to be so happy the moment you get off because you waited a while and you let your money grow. And that's the idea in Bitcoin. So we're at 3.6 trillion, the market cap. Bitcoin's dominance is at 55.5. Ethereum, by the way, is at 12.8. iBit had 2.77 billion of traffic today on their Bitcoin platform. Fidelity was number 2 in there with 412 million. Okay, look at what the powerful are doing. We've talked about this on the show the last couple of weeks, maybe even on my regular talk show for the last couple of months on Ethereum, when it was hovering down all the way to 1,900, 2,000, 2,100, 2,200, and all that. And we told you you gotta take advantage of this. Now you are climbing way back. And the good thing with Ethereum, it was at $4,000 pretty much. Then it went back down to 3,500 again by the dip. And now we're back on to 3832 right now at this point in time. And remember, this is, I believe it's like 4,700, the high of Ethereum. When it hit there, I never sold. And I just waited for the crash that was coming. And when it came and it found its bottom, I bought a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're supposed to do. And if you're a newbie and you saw it was close to 4,000, it drops to 3,500, you got a shot at picking up a nice chunk of profits right there. So these are things that you have to take. XRP. I bought a little XRP when it was a little higher, and it dropped yesterday all the way down to like 190 something. I just didn't get it in time. I got it like at 207. Okay, which still, I lowered my overall price. I got in late. I got a really small bag of XRP. I'm not like you studs out there that stuck with it in the courts and all that stuff. For me, I would never touch that. Hell no. I knew it was a good company, but hell no, I wasn't going to touch that shit when it's involved in an SEC lawsuit. You guys are awesome for doing that. I would never suggest anybody to touch anything that's in the middle of an SEC lawsuit to this day, and I'm going to stick to it because you just never know, and especially the way it was rigged the last 4 years. That's not one thing I want to, I'm glad that the courts were actually neutral about it, and XRP was, but again, taking advantage of these dips. Now, we talked about Ethereum, and we've been talking about Ethereum, and we've been talking about Ethereum. Well, we now know that you've got Trump elected. So now that America chose Trump, everybody knows that Trump is way more crypto friendly than anything you saw on the other side. So that's been a power to Bitcoin. But Trump owns like 50 million in Ethereum. Today, they transferred 5 million into his wallet of Ethereum. Today, or in the last 48 hours, BlackRock and Fidelity have purchased $500 million in Ethereum. They bought the dip. Okay. Looks like Trump bought the dip. The guy that got in office, again, I don't care about either side. Okay. I don't care about who you voted. That's, God bless you, bro. That's your right. Your right is to vote for whoever you want. Write it in. Vote for either party. I don't care. Facts are, the guy that's there, if you're a Bitcoin person like I am, screw the politics. All the laws that are coming, that entire cabinet, that is all for us. For us investors that have been in it for years. Okay, I'm completing my 5th year, right? So I've been through 2 cycles. I got the back end of the last cycle, and now I'm into the 2nd cycle now. And so those of us that have been in it, we have not seen anybody help us on that side of the government. Now, the entire cabinet, the entire government is going to have it. And by the way, the pro-Bitcoiners and crypto people on the Democratic side, the Rokanas of the world, can now speak up. Okay? That's pretty good. The Josh Shapiros of the world can now speak up, because now the people in charge who are telling you to shut up about it and not do anything about it, they're gone. So again, this helps us. And if you're in Ethereum, one of the things that I don't understand about some of you out there, Microsoft. So we find out that the Microsoft shareholders, they voted down Bitcoin, less than half a percent of them. Ridiculous, whatever. But apparently they could be leaning now to Ethereum instead. So I don't understand this love-hate thing. Oh, this is the next Ethereum killer. This is the next Solana killer. This is the next XRP killer because XLM is going to do it. And how about, like, maybe there's everybody, like a lot of people can join in this pie, and Ethereum has its own place in the ecosystem, and Bitcoin. I never understand this maxi shit where you're all Bitcoin and you've got to hate Ethereum, or you're all Ethereum and you hate it, or you're all Cardano and you hate it. Everybody's going to, if you're good, you're going to find your place. There's a lot of restaurants when you go to certain areas, and you wonder, wow, there's a restaurant here, there's another one right down the street. There's a lot of select. How do they survive? Well, they must all be pretty good, because they know that they're aware of the competition and the variety and the selections. So they've got to be at their best. And that's the American way. That's the beauty. So then Cardano and XRP and HBAR and Cosmos, and everybody has a place, and they'll figure out their places, and then they'll all join in on the blockchain, and then they'll have interoperability, and they'll use Polkadot and others for all that stuff to connect, and you know what I'm talking about, all that kind of stuff. So I never understand this whole thing, folks. It's about you and me winning this game. It's not about taking sides and being a fan of something. No, be a fan of your crypto wallet. Be a fan of your cold storage wallet, by the way. What's going to help me? Oh, okay, Bitcoin, because they're printing a lot of money. Okay, what's going to help me? Oh, Ethereum, because it's so built out, it's so established. And, oh, wait a minute, the people in charge, they're pro-Ethereum. They own a ton of Ethereum. I wonder how that's going to go. Oh, wait a minute, XRP, they no longer have to deal with the government. Now they're open and free to do all the things they've been doing overseas. Here we go. Who gives a crap? Do what's best for you. So your portfolio is better if it has Bitcoin, if it has Ethereum, if it has Solana, if it has XRP. These are things that are going to be pillars. They're going to be your Microsofts. They're going to be your Teslas. Okay, they're going to be your Amazons. So when we talk about the big sevens and the NVIDIAs and all that kind of stuff, it's going to develop in crypto. And some of these are already finding their spot. I don't know if it's going to be the big 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14. Not exactly sure, but some of them already are working their way there. And we kind of know who they are. So what's this whole thing about infighting about all of this? Makes zero sense. So if Microsoft doesn't want to go to Bitcoin, hey, c'est la vie, bro. That's fine. Eventually you'll figure it out and you'll buy it later and you'll buy it more expensive and you'll still help us. Because in the end, every time Microsoft buys, every time Larry Fink buys and everybody else and Kathy Wood and everybody else and Fidelity, they're helping us. And every time Trump adds a pro-Bitcoin person to their cabinet, helps us. HBAR, XRP, Cardano, whatever it may be, it helps us. And that's all that matters. And that's the way we should look at it as investors. All right, let me see what we got here. Josh is in the house. Thank you, sir. I keep trying to get friends into it, but they don't believe it's real. That's what we all deal with. They don't understand what's really going on, and they won't understand it till it's too late. And that's what's going to be heartbreaking for all of us, that we're going to be a little bit ahead of our family members and our friends and our coworkers, and then they're going to look frustrated about it. And you know what? They're going to start pointing fingers at governments and information out there, and it's, no, dude, you were lazy. I told you about it. This happened. That happened. It's happening right in front of you. Everything going on, and you still don't understand. It's that whole saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. And that's, you have suffered that. I have suffered that. We've all suffered that. By the way, I do want to remind you, R&M Contractors, we love Ray and Mike. They do a great job. Obviously, they're the reasons why we are on doing our thing here on the Crypto Bro Show. And you can also reach out to them, 305-345-3649, RMC Fisher Island on Twitter, so you can see their work. They do exceptional work, drywall level 5 finish, complete remodel, kitchen upgrades, appliances and everything, waterproofing for your balcony, a flood test report, whatever it is you need here in South Florida, please call R&M Contractors. They can help you out. 305-345-3649. Ray, by the way, big Bitcoin guy, XRP, also Ethereum too, Solana. So he's got the big four. By the way, you can always make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Use the QR codes that we're showing you there so you can make the donation for Cash App or Venmo. Great way to keep us going, of course. And PayPal, another way for those of you that might be out of the country or you don't have Cash App or Venmo, you can use PayPal. Send in your questions, comments, insults, and even a compliment. Wow. Compliments are good. We get them once in a while. Jake from Palatown says, I told you earlier, Big O, I didn't check today's price earlier because I'm expecting a jump in less than 24 hours, in my opinion. It's, dude, it does this all the time. You know, it goes to a next level, kind of finds a floor for a little bit. There's a little bit of volatility, trying to scare some people out, right? Those of us say, oh, okay, you're going to give me another dip. Buy a little bit more. We're good. And then we gain another 5-7%. instantly, right? And then it takes off. And we're going to go into the 115s, 124 range right around there next. And then guess what's going to happen? And we'll have a little bit of a correction again. And we'll get to 200 eventually, and it'll drop to 160. What do? You buy the 160 because it's going to go over 200. This is a perpetual monster. Take advantage of it. DCA, don't even worry about it. Just tomorrow is my DCA. Thursdays. Boom. Every week. I don't even know what the price will be tomorrow. It might be 96. It might be 107. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. Don't even care. Don't even think about it. That's kind of the way, I already know where we're going in the long run. So why am I going to worry about that? Let's see. James says, Big O, what can I invest in outside of Bitcoin that's not too expensive? I have Doge. I have SHIB. See, you're your meme coin guy. Ethereum, dude. Ethereum. And by the way, on Exodus, you can stake your Ethereum. Okay? Look, Solana went down to like 205, 206, 212. That's another one that you could have bought right now on the dip, and it's back up to 228. It was at 250. So it's going to go to 250 and as Buzz would say, and beyond. So those are some that you can invest in. You could have taken advantage of. Chainlink, it's at 23.95, up 7, almost 8% right now. Again, you could have taken advantage when it was down around, I believe it hit like 21 or 20. Let me see. 21.27. Okay, so you didn't take advantage of it at $21. Okay, but I still think this thing is going to go to a couple $100. Easily over $100 in this bull run. Chainlink is going to be such a monster. We talked about it on the show a couple shows back. You can check out some of the other shows to get a little education on some of the other things. But Hedera is still at 30 cents almost. I strongly believe it's going to go over $1. I think it'll go between 2 and 3, but that's just me. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some schmuck that's just talking about crypto. That's all. That's it. I know nothing. So there's a bunch of them that you can take advantage of right now and ride the wave. Good companies, look into them, do your homework, and that way you can, feel better about your investments. And that's what matters. You want to feel good about that investment. So please do your homework so that way you feel good about it. And then when there's a dip, you'll feel like you're taking advantage of it. And then as time goes on, you did take advantage of it and your bag multiplied and multiplied, which is absolutely amazing. Quantum computing. So we had Google come out with their chip Willow. And apparently it has 105 cubic chips and all that kind of stuff. And see, here's the thing that people got to understand. And you may want to, watch a video of Bitcoin and its math and everything. Bitcoin uses two kinds of math, okay? The ECDSA, which is a 256-bit, okay, math that they use, and then the SHA-256. But they also have a random letter that goes with it, that goes with all the transactions. So no computer is going to be able to randomly solve both mathematical issues and the random letter that goes with every transaction. The way Satoshi made it, which that's why we are all Satoshi, okay? You would need 1 million cubics just to try to solve the ECDSA portion of it. Again, you still have to guess the letter and solve the other math also at the same time. So they're so far away from, it's just not in the universe, anything that you could create mathematically to on any computer, quantum, whatever you want. The problem is, it's what I started at the show with. All the FUD bullshit. Oh, no, you can fork it. I had some guy, and I didn't want to tear him apart, but it's immutable. It's done. You can't fork Bitcoin and create 21 million in one, 21 million in two. You can't. It's not going to happen. Okay? It's sealed. It's over. It's done. Can't do anything with that. So forking is a lie. This quantum computing is a lie. You had some stupid SEC former chair come out and talk about how, it's Bitcoin is evil and it's all on all about crime and this and that. Dude, who wants to do Bitcoin? Okay. Bitcoin is Luigi Mangione. So now you're wondering, well, wait a minute, what kind of analogy is this? How the fuck is Bitcoin Luigi Mangione? Oh, Luigi Mangione is a killer. Yeah. And Bitcoin is also a killer. You know why? It's an open ledger. Let's just show you. Might as well. I mean, I might as well show you the most important ledger that exists right now for us Bitcoiners, for us Ethereum holders. Here's Donald Trump, your president, the guy America voted in. There's his wallet that got that received 5 million. You can track everything. It's an open ledger. Luigi Mangione went and lowered his mask in front of a camera at a hostel. He did it on an open ledger. And guess what? He was found out right away. Within a week, somebody identified Luigi Mangione on an open ledger. And guess what happened? FTX. They confessed. They all customers lost all their billions. No, they didn't. They found it all back, and they paid them back with interest. Oh, Mt. Gox. They took it all. No. It was all retrieved. This couple stole the millions of dollars in Bitcoin that turned into billions of dollars, and they were tracked down. They were all Luigi Mangione. Because they all did it on an open ledger. They all did it wide open. So when you create crimes, when you commit crimes, you might as well do it on a camera, because that's really smart. Doing it on a camera, film it, put your face out, all that. See how that happens for your crimes. But see, we have idiots that start talking like Elizabeth Warren and this SEC chair. I forgot his name now. And he's telling people about how all the crimes are committed with money, with cash that you can hide in shell corporations and all that kind of stuff. You can't do that on the blockchain. Trump or whoever else. This is how it is. That's why it's fair, because you just can't manipulate it. And everybody will know what you're doing. So why would you want to commit crimes on an open ledger? Please explain that to me. The crimes that used to be committed, nobody was on the blockchain. People weren't using Bitcoin. It was people that were undesirable at that time. Now, the rest of the world. See, it's politicians filling you with lies, because 5, 10, 15 years ago, when Bitcoin was nothing at that point, it was being used by people that were undesirable right on the open market. because nobody really cared. They weren't using it. They didn't understand it. Now that they understand it, now that the real world is embracing it, now that they're all collecting it like Pac-Man for themselves to keep all those dirty people away, and now they're open. You see Michael Saylor's wallet. You see everything that's going on. Every monster, we know exactly how much Bitcoin they own. Go look at the last show. I believe I put the top 60 companies that are on the New York Stock Exchange, on the S&P 500, that they own Bitcoin on their ledgers. They all have to report it. We all know it, and we know their wallets. So we know when they sell. We know when America moves Bitcoin off their wallets, don't we? Oh, shit. America moved $1 billion. Are they selling it? Oh, shit. Germany moved it. Are they selling it? Yeah, so of course, criminals want to be on an open ledger. How stupid can you be? Does anybody explain this to normal people? Probably not, because Elizabeth Warren doesn't want to explain that to you, because it's not in her best interests. She'd rather talk about shit that used to happen in crypto 5, 10, 15 years ago when it wasn't regulated. And because the current administration refuses to regulate it, they allow a little Wild West so they can use it as a bad example. Instead, new administration comes in here, all over the world. Everybody starts to regulate it. Everybody puts rules and laws in place, and now you got to follow them. And that's all the industry ever wanted. But it's a cat and mouse game. It's a shell game that they're using, because the real fraudulent thing going on is the US dollar. That's where all the crimes are committed, by criminals and politicians printing our money. So then they come out with this quantum shit, and then they come out with chokehold 2.0, and they come out with the criminals are using it, and they're all laundering money, and they're all and none of that is true. Because nobody likes to commit crimes like Luigi Mangione. If you're going to do it, you're going to go on the downside. You're going to have a mask on completely. You're not going to be seen on camera. You're not going to leave DNA samples all over the place. You know? You're not going to be caught at McDonald's with everything, because it's an open ledger. Criminals don't want to work on an open ledger. So maybe that explanation will help you. And some of you, maybe you can send this little explanation to your friends, your family members, so they can understand how people are lying to them. Most of you, God bless you, you guys know the truth. You know, we know the truth. But there's so many of our friends and family members that have zero clue what's going on, dude. Zero clue. And all these lies they believe. It's a shame. Mara Holdings, by the way, they acquired another 11,774 Bitcoin. Probably nothing. 1.1 billion. They now own a total of 40,435 Bitcoin. $3.92 billion of Bitcoin. It's probably nothing. You know, probably means nothing whatsoever. Josh in the house, Alexis Palenzuela. I keep trying to get my friends into it, but they don't believe it's real. Yep. What else? Big O, any concerns with Google's quantum chip? You better rewind. I just talked about the bullshit story there. South Florida Don, Hado and Hope. Vishal, I was able to convince one of my rich customers to buy 180K of iBit a couple of weeks ago. He bought in the 90s and didn't want to hear me out in the 50s. LOL. But that's all right. When it's in the 200s, you'll go back to him and say, hey, how you doing now? You 2K'd, right? Take me to a steak dinner, bitch. Alexis Palenzuela loves his H-bar. Air Tito, Big O, where do you see Bitcoin at by the end of the... I already said it. My prediction is 250 by June 30th and 1.5 million by 2030. January 30th of 2030, we will be at $1.5 million a Bitcoin. It is going to get violent. The rich did a great job. They lied to you. The governments did a great job of lying to you. The IMF did the best job they could to lie to you. The SEC did the best job to lie to you. Janet Yellen did her best job to lie to you. Peter Schiff is a complete idiot and lied to you. And Charlie Munger and what's it called? The other guy, what's his name? His buddy, rest in peace, Munger, but his buddy, damn it, you guys know who. Anyway, so they all lied to you. And while lying to you, while people like Jamie Dimon lied to you at Goldman Sachs, his company in Europe was just gobbling up Bitcoin. He's one of the biggest investors in BlackRock's IBIT. He's full of shit, as full of shit as it gets. But they did a great job because they lied to you, and then the price went up anyway. And now, by the time 90% of the world wakes up and realizes that Bitcoin is real, guess where Bitcoin's going to be? 150, 200,000, and it's going to be what? Unattainable. And you just heard this guy right here say, what was it? What can I invest outside of Bitcoin that's not too expensive? That's what success for these rich and powerful. That's exactly what they wanted. They wanted to buy the Bitcoin low, take advantage, scare you off, have a whole bunch of dips, scare the shit out of you, tell you that the volatility is a bad thing when the volatility is actually the greatest tool that helps you make money. But they lie to you and they tell you, and now it's out of control. And now you think it's too expensive. And so now getting 20, 25% of a Bitcoin is 20, 25,000. When it was 60, it was a lot less. And when it was 30, it was a gift from God, the crypto gods. Okay? They have magnificently structured this to screw Americans, the English, the French. It doesn't matter what country you live in. Pretty much every country and every government lied to you about it. I don't care if you're Canadian. I don't care, whatever it is. Point it out. Look at the Germans. Look at the Germans. These idiots sold it at 55,000. They sold 2 billion. What does 2 billion do for Germany? Nothing. What's 2 billion going to do for England or the United States or Russia or Canada? That's chump change for a couple of weeks. Nothing a week. In America, it might be chump change for like 2 days. Let it sit there. It would have already doubled now or pretty close to it. And if I'm telling you it'll be at 250 by the end of June this year, okay, that's 5x. Morons. 2 billion's 10 billion. Stupid. But what do they do it to send a point? And now somebody in the German parliament wants to build a Bitcoin reserve. They confiscated that 2 billion. That's the worst part about it. They didn't even pay for it. All the Bitcoin we own as a country was all confiscated from bad people. How do you sell zero price Bitcoin? You're in full profits. It's bad. The lies have been destructive for so many people that could have set themselves up. So anyway, there we go. So that's my prediction, and I'm sticking to it. And by the way, people like Peter Schiff, who give you shit like this, he was like, oh, Bitcoin is the ultimate evil, and that, it's got to be stopped. He's like, the one good thing. Let me make sure I got this out of the way here so we can put this idiot's tweet up with Peter Schiff. Here, it says the one good thing Biden can do before leaving office is sell all the Bitcoin currently held by the U.S. government. Not only would the money raised reduce the 2024 budget deficit, but it would also put an end to all the nonsense about creating a harmful strategic Bitcoin reserve. Do you know why this asshole does this? Okay. A couple years ago, we had a meteor go by, had a bunch of gold on it. You think eventually we're not going to be getting on meteors and mining the gold? For sure. You think Elon's not going to be mining gold in Mars? For sure. Chinese geologists just found 0.5% of the world's total supply of gold. Bukele just found this week $3 trillion of gold in his country to be mined. So if you keep printing dollars, the value of the dollar goes down. If you keep mining more gold, how does the value of gold go up? So the last thing Schiff wants is for the United States to start selling their gold reserve and buying Bitcoin, because what? Gold will plummet. And it's all, everybody has an agenda. When Elizabeth Warren is shitting all over Bitcoin, go look at her bank account. She's paid by all the banks. Banks are afraid of crypto and Bitcoin. Now, toothpaste out of the tube. They can't stop it. It's over. So banks now are dying to become custodial wallets now for people, which, by the way, I'm for that. Actually, because that's how we can actually get the average person to get to know crypto and understand it and trust it. Because if banks are involved, it's got to be legit. That's how they think. You and I we don't think that way. But we have to talk about the 90% that don't understand this industry, don't understand what's going on, the life they've lived. You and I have taken a dive that they never will, to understand blockchain, to understand Bitcoin, to invest in Bitcoin, to understand what's going on with our dollar. You and I have done things that most Americans, most Indians, most Canadians, most Germans have refused to do, because most of the world is lazy and they just rather people do it for them. And so a custodial wallet, 12 words, 24 words. What is that? Buying Satoshis. What is that? It's stuff that you got. It's not easy. You guys know it. And this is where we're at. It's sad. It really is. Let me see. I did not say hi to my friends on Instagram. The Gucci Crew, Sir Artie, Colorado, Kyrie, B. Robbins, the 199 guy, CSG, GS Imprint, Manny Fernandez, M. Guerra, J. Lopez, Carlos, Ozzy. Thank you all out there, man. Appreciate you all checking in, and just keep grinding away is what you got to keep doing. Just keep grinding away. Don't allow them to get you off your train. Those of you that have been in it for a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see your profits. Here, you're in the green. Everybody that's invested in Bitcoin right now is pretty much in the green, unless those that bought at 102, 103 or something like that. And maybe you're not yet in the green. You just got in. But if you bought the dip and lowered your overall price, now you might be in the green. And you learn the game, which is a beautiful thing. Once you learn the game, your profits will soar even more, which is a beautiful thing. So we're at 101.351. I was hoping that we, rip a little bit, but it didn't happen. Folks, we appreciate the support as always. Don't forget, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. We appreciate your support. We shall see you down the line.
The Crypto Bro Show is brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. From complete makeovers for homes or condos to impact windows and doors to drywall with level 5 finish. Call Ray or Mike at RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their exceptional work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Crypto Bros.
Follow Big O for more crypto insight on X or Twitter at Big O Show.